Thanks for joining us for 5 on 5. I'm Joe Sullivan. Pleased to be joined by Republican Congressman Cliff Bentz. Congressman, thanks for taking time from Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Joe. Great to be with you again.
Last year, Oregon's rate of non-fatal overdoses was more than 200% above the national average. Do you think Oregon's sanctuary law is allowing foreign drug pushers to run free?
Well, most assuredly is, and that has been the case for a number of years. And it's extremely sad that we don't have people doing their very, very best to figure out how to reverse that sanctuary law, or at least amend it, so that when drug pushers are picked up by the police, they can be turned over to ICE. So we've had instances, even right in Medford, where people have been released that should have been put in jail that were pushing drugs. It's a really bad thing and needs to be changed.
The Fixed Our Forests Act bill received bipartisan support, and the bill is now moving to the Senate. Critics of the bill say the bill undermines critical environmental protection. What's your response to that?
Well, I would say the critics must enjoy watching their forests burn down, because we're not able to get into the woods to remove all of the fuel. Everybody in the Southern Oregon area knows what a disaster our forest management programs have been. And this bill, it's an excellent bill put together by Bruce Westerman, who is a engineer and has a master's in forestry from Yale. And he put that bill together. I'm a happy co-sponsor of it, and I do hope it gets passed by the Senate and signed by the president. It's an excellent, excellent bill.
You're a member of the House Committee on Energy and Commerce, Subcommittee on Energy. What are some of the issues you're currently discussing, and what's important to you right now?
Well, one of the most important things is to keep our dams in our rivers that producing clean and reliable power. So I'm so happy that I'm on the Energy Subcommittee of Energy and Commerce, and also that I remain on the Water Subcommittee on Natural Resources, and it's my hope that I'll be able to protect those dams and all of the power that they generate. I'm absolutely certain that we'll see President Trump supportive of that issue, and I'm so happy that we escaped without having those dams removed at some point during the Biden administration.
The Trump administration has made it clear that it seeks to abolish the Department of Education. Do you think the Department of Education should go away?
Well, I think the Department of Education has an awful lot of shortcomings. There are some of its functions that need to be preserved, and I think they will be in some fashion. I'm not on that committee, so I don't know the exact discussions that are ongoing in the Education Labor Committee. But there is no doubt that there's much going on in the Department of Education that we don't need to be paying for, and so I understand why the president has selected it as one of the committees that needs to go.
All right, we'll take a quick break and be right back with more from Congressman Bentz. Stay with us. Welcome back to part 2 of our 5 on 5 with Congressman Bentz. And since taking office, President Trump put all diversity, equity, and inclusion workers on leave. Do you support the ending of DEI?
Yes, I do. And I don't know how many times I voted in support of removing that particular unnecessary element from various agencies. And I'm happy to see the president take the steps he's taken.
Congress has the authority to decide where our money goes. Do you think Elon Musk and Doge have the authority to make spending decisions?
Well, you have to define spending decisions. I think Elon Musk is doing exactly what President Trump said he wanted to have happen, and that is figuring out how to bring many of these agencies out of the last century when it comes to avoiding fraud and waste and spending of our tax dollars. So I think Elon Musk is doing an excellent job in trying to sort things out and ultimately help the president make those suggestions to Congress when they're needed, and when the president can make those decisions, he'll go ahead and make them. To the extent that people think he's overstepping, they can take him to court, and the courts can make the call. But I think President Trump's doing exactly what he was elected to do.
Could you just talk about the change that's taken place? You know, you were under the Biden administration with the House and the Senate, and now, well, we have all three controls. The Republicans do, House, Senate, and Congress. How are things different now? A complete change for your working style. Is that right?
Well, I'll tell you how they changed. We're actually doing something. We're actually seeing things happen. which I think the American people, for at least the last 2 years, have wondered what in the world was going on, and more to the point, who was actually running the country. So this time around, there's no doubt Donald Trump is running the country, and he's doing his very, very best to carry out the promises that he made. And I'm happy to say that we in Congress are doing our best to assist in furthering his agenda. And there's a lot of really good things that I think people are going to be seeing us get done. So the attitude here is extremely positive, and very happy to be part of it.
We've talked a lot about the issues. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about?
Well, I just want everybody to watch carefully as President Trump pushes his policy forward to securing the border, making us energy dependent, and trying to extend the tax cuts. I think the American people are going to be the better for it, and I think they're getting exactly what they voted for.
Congressman Bentz, thank you so much for joining us from Washington, D.C.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back with more local news.